Learning how to introduce yourself to potential customers and teaming partners is an essential skill for growing your business. Imagine you're talking to a potential customer for the first time. Maybe you're attending a government industry day or you're making a phone call to them. They're going to want you to quickly explain what your business has to offer, and this is called an elevator pitch. And in this video, I'm going to give you a 4-point template that you can use to create your elevator pitch today. But first, I want to share with you 3 mistakes that just about everybody makes when getting started with government contracting, because I want you to be able to learn from these mistakes and jumpstart the process of winning government contracts. The first is waiting until you've got this perfect. You do need an elevator pitch, but it doesn't need to be perfect. I certainly never got this perfect, and it didn't stop me from building a successful business. So put together your elevator pitch using the template I'm going to show you in this video, and then get out there and start talking to people. The second mistake people make is leading with their socioeconomic status. Look, if your business is woman-owned, that's great, but don't lead with it, because the government is going to buy from you because you provide outstanding products and services, because you provide value. They're not going to buy from you because you're woman-owned or minority-owned. The purpose of your elevator pitch is to get the follow-on meeting, and that's where your status will come out. But for your initial elevator pitch, focus on your value. And the third mistake people make is when the customer says, "What do you do?" They respond, "Well, what do you need?" Now, why this is a mistake will become clear if you think about your own buying decisions. Let's say you want to hire someone to hang wallpaper in your home, and you interview 2 people. The first person is an expert in hanging wallpaper. That's what he focuses on. He knows how to handle different types of wallpaper, how to treat different types of walls. He knows all the ins and outs of hanging wallpaper. The second person says to you, "I can do anything you need." Now, which one are you going to hire? I know I'm going to hire the wallpaper expert, and government buyers are no different. They want to hire a company that they have confidence in, that they can trust can do the job. Now that you know what to avoid, let's jump into that 4-point template and build your elevator pitch. Step 1, your first sentence, identify who you are and tell them what your company does and the benefit you provide. You want to get this into your first sentence so that people immediately understand how you're going to help them. For many of you, your value will be saving the customer money. Maybe you have better business processes that allow you to deliver services at lower cost, or better technology with a proven track record of saving your customer money. Or maybe you provide a product that lots of other companies provide, but your value is in the exceptional training you provide. You don't just deliver the product, but you also train the customer's employees to use the product correctly. Now, avoid using complicated terminology when you explain what you do, because if you're at a Meet the Buyer event, the person you're speaking with is probably not an expert in your field, and you want to keep them engaged. So explain what you do in terms that anyone can understand. The next sentence is where you build your credibility, and you do that by talking about your experience and the accomplishments and qualifications of your staff. For example, you can say, "We've delivered these benefits to," and then list out your customers. They can be private sector or government customers. Or if you're a relatively new company, you might want to focus on the industry experience of your key personnel. For example, you might say something like, "Our team has a combined 40 years of experience in IT." Third, you want to differentiate yourself from your competitors. What makes you stand out? A really good way to do this is to tell a story that describes some problem you've solved or contribution you've made. For example, let's say you have a pest control company and you're going to be meeting a purchasing manager for a government facility. So you look up the facility location and the pests in that area. And when you meet, You tell him that you know that in his location there's a particular problem with a certain pest, and your company has a treatment to deal with that particular pest. In this section, I won't mention your competitors by name, but you want to focus on what sets you apart. For example, maybe your competitor doesn't have any environmental certifications and you do, so you can emphasize that. And last, ask questions of the person. This is key. You don't want to just stop cold and stare at the person after you've told them who you are and what you do. You want to involve the person and have a conversation with them. This is how you start building a relationship with them. And a way to do that is by saying, can I ask you some questions to help me better understand your organization? So let me give you some questions you might ask. First, if you're at a networking event, chances are you are not speaking with the correct person in their organization. So now that they know what you do, ask them, who in your organization purchases what I sell? And then ask for that person's contact information. Also, remember that agencies purchase different things differently. So it's a good idea to ask them how they purchase what you sell. Also ask, can I get your contact information and follow up to send you information about our business? And of course, you can ask for a meeting. Can we set up a time to discuss this further? And that's your elevator pitch. Next time you're talking to a contracting officer or a prime contractor or a potential teaming partner, you'll be ready to quickly explain why they should be interested in your business. And now my final 2 pieces of advice. First, practice this. Practice this at home and with your friends and colleagues because no one is born being able to do this well. So once you've written out your message, practice saying it until you can say it smoothly within about 30 seconds. And second, once you've put together your elevator pitch, get out there and start meeting people. And one of the best ways to do that is by attending networking events like government industry days and meet the buyer events. These events are a great way to start building the relationships that'll make you successful in government contracting. I've made a video on how to find these networking events, and I'll put a link in the notes below. Hey friends, give this a try and let me know how it goes. I love hearing from you. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share the video with other business owners who this might help. Thanks for watching. See you next time.